All right, traders, welcome back to another episode of the Bull Ring, giving you guys an update on what happened in the market today. And just like we talked about yesterday, we had CPI data come in, guys. Forecast was 3.4%. We ended up with 3.5%. And the market took a big dump down. It did not like that. That was quite a fall today. Of course, we also have the CPI data report, guys, that came out for us. And remember, it is here, PDF. Okay, if you guys want to go get a copy, it's updated for 4/10/2024. So I would go check it out if I were you guys, just so you get familiar with what's going on with the world and the economic outlook for the United States. It's an interesting report in the way they put it together. For for lack of a better word, it's very interesting. I want to show you guys real quickly, some of the articles that came out after this report came out. Consumer prices, right, rose 3.5%. But one of the most interesting ones that I want to point out here is, following the report, traders pushed the first expected rate cut to September. The traders don't do anything. It's the Fed who does it, guys. So I don't know why CNBC is saying this stuff, but traders don't do that. They don't make that decision. The federal government does. So if you guys want to get your news, this is one spot I like to go to, guys. Yahoo Finance. They're pretty cool. Not like everyone else, right? CNBC likes to blow things up and really out of proportion, but check this out, right? So they have just the basic article. Then they say Delta tops estimates, which is just go on, and they just start talking about what's going on in the world. They don't sit there and say who's doing what's going to happen. So if you want to get some good stuff, guys, you can come over to Yahoo. You even go over to some of their charts. Pretty basic stuff, guys, that helps you out. If you don't have a charting program, check out Yahoo. It's really good for beginners. So if you guys want to get some good news and some good charts, I would go here. And first place is right here. You're going to get a summary. Then we're going to go to the chart. So we click on our chart, guys, and you see, like, this is, let me get this little advertisement out of here. This is very basic. Like, if you guys want to follow along and see what's going on, then you have the different intervals here. You can click on day, you can click on the 5-day, whatever you like looking at, but this is pretty cool here. So let's say for today, you guys can see what happened with, SPX. And if you want to look at where it's at year to date, right, then you have your volume down here. So if you guys don't know how to use your broker charts and all the tools, Yahoo Finance is a good spot to go hang out, guys. All right, so now we get to take a look at what happened with SPX today, guys. SPY is the same chart, so let's check it out. This is exactly what's going on. This is what's next for SPX. So if you know charts, guys, remember, I have courses if you don't, but if you know charts, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, so we have a falling wedge, guys. So that means that this wedge could potentially take us back up. Yep, that's right, back up. And we could see a move up tomorrow to about 52.08. So you can see that if, let's just say, let me just get rid of all these drawings, guys. I'm going to show you something that you should, well, let me put my first drawing up and then you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is what they do when they want to burn options, guys. You see where they're keeping the price, okay? If you look at over to the right and you see my box labels, 52.23 and 51.42 is the area where they're trying to keep the price action. Why are they doing that? It's very simple, guys, okay? There's a lot of people who play option contracts, okay? And in those options contracts, when they do this to your contracts, okay, everybody who plays options knows, guys, it burns them, okay? Now, if you know how to play options, this is an easy way for you to lose, but if you know how to play them, okay, and we are going sideways here. If you know how to play them, then you'll know how to make money, guys. And you'll have to make it on the lower time frames, or you'll have to buy some time. So like I said, I have courses, guys. I'm going to leave you a link below. $1 a day. You can't lose, guys. Okay. All right, and here's another one I want to look at, guys, because Google is one of the biggest market caps, and it's going to help move the market up or down. Okay, I am long in Google. I have many calls, okay, and there's certain reasons why, because of their AI development. Okay, you don't have to follow what I'm doing, but I want to show you something that's going on with Google right now, guys. Okay, it is very simple to check out this chart, and we have Google. So Google is doing what, if you know charts, you know the following. It's coming down, consolidating across, then it's popping back up and doing the same thing, guys. It's going to go down, consolidate, and then make a move. And that's what it's been doing. Now, if you don't understand charts, guys, okay, I have courses that can help you. $1 a day. Can't go wrong. So you see here, this was our last consolidation right in here, and now my expectation is that I'm gonna expect Google to make that move up. So let's see what happens tomorrow. All right, guys, so now I want to cover XOM for my buddy Neil. Neil put in a request for XOM to be charted, so I want to show you guys something. XOM has been on a nice bull run, guys. It's been headed up. It's very healthy company, and it just made it to the top where it had resistance before. Now, this is tough to call, right? Because you're going to say, well, we're at the top, we're probably going to turn around. So I always tell my students, guys, whenever you need more information, switch to the next higher time frame and just keep moving on until you see what I'm about to show you. So I'm going to go over to the weekly, guys, and if you understand charts and you recognize patterns because you've been trading for a while, you'll see exactly what I see here, guys. Okay, and I'm going to draw it out, so we'll do a little charting exercise here. So this is a very, very healthy, in my opinion, cup and handle going on with XOM. So now what's going to happen next? Okay, so when we get our cup and handle, guys, okay, one of the things that we want to look at is the implied move. So that's our implied move. Okay, if I take this and I move it over, okay, you see that XOM still has a little bit more room to run. Okay, now if I was charting this earlier, let's say weeks ago, which I didn't, I kind of missed this one. I would have told you, hey, this is going to head to about 128. All right, so we'll set that up there. Okay, and we're gonna leave this here. Okay, but most of the time, guys, what I do is it's okay to take from the time you enter the stock. Okay, it's okay to say, you know what, 25%, I'm sorry, 75% of the way up, and that was the wrong measurement tool there, but 75%, meaning that it didn't get to 100%. So it's okay if you guys take profits here. Okay, now I do see, okay, and this is me, okay, this is where I would start setting a stop loss, or maybe buy 1 or 2 puts depending on the size of my shares. Okay, but we do see that we have some nice wicks developing there on the weekly. Okay, so not a big deal. Okay, it looks like it could still push up, guys, because look at this. Okay, we do have the actual close. Okay, you got 2 more days, Neil, 2 more days. If this thing closes higher than here, then I think you're going to be in a very good spot for it to go up some more. Now, again, it's okay to take profits now. Okay, my personal opinion, since we're in the same bull ring, we're in the private chat group. If you believe in it, I would take my actual profits now. And if I still believe it's going to grow, I'd probably go in with some calls, which would be less of a risk for me to take. Okay, and you can also, you know, if you're up, let's say for example, if I was up $500, I would try to match that with calls, or even half of that, so that I can still get a little bit more profits. But it's a decision that every trader makes on their own, guys. Okay, not telling you what to do, I'm just saying what I would do. But this is very bullish for me. Okay, there are some people that think it's going to go to the moon. Okay, I'm going to tell you why it's not going to go to the moon, guys. Okay, I'll show you something. So I have my other indicators here, and if we take a look at the RSI, okay, we are at max density, right? So very, very overbought. Can it go up? Absolutely. And one of the things that I look at, if you want to look at this in the future, guys, is how high has the RSI gone, and are we there? So that means to me, see, it's done it twice, okay, 2 times. All right, it still has room to go up there, and I like to draw this out here, so I'll make it easier for you guys. Let's grab a little rectangle, and you'll see, okay, that this is the area where it did actually reject and come back down. So for me, okay, it still has room to run right in here, guys. And like I said, we have a cup and handle on the weekly. So this means give it a couple more days. I'm not telling I'm not telling you to sell or not sell, okay? But I'm saying look at the chart, 2 more days. I think you're gonna be surprised that it could still run up. So anyways, I hope this helps, and everybody else, guys, if you have any questions, drop it in the DM, drop tickers. I have a phone number there. You guys can text me what you want me to chart you. All right, one last one I want to go over with you guys is NVIDIA, guys. NVIDIA is doing something that is a little bit special. I think that we need to keep a close eye on it because it's going to move the market. Okay, let me show you what's going on with it. All right, and this is not my little NVIDIA Christmas tree, but it is going to show you, my chart will show you bullish and bearish episodes that NVIDIA's had. Top line we know is resistance. Okay, so every time it's come up, guys, it's hit that resistance and it's come back down. These 2 lines have been support for NVIDIA. Now, one of the things that happens with most stocks, guys, is that when it has a nice run up, it creates a gap, and that gap has to get filled. So here you saw that we had a run up for about $120, and then it started to come down and it filled that gap again, guys. Okay, and then at some point, okay, NVIDIA started to rise again, guys, but instead of going straight up and straight down, it went up in chunks, okay, gap chunks, but eventually it made it back up to 120. So it made a $120 move here, came back down, $120 move, and then made another $120 move there, guys. And then now you see it made the rest of the gap, okay, another $120 move. So basically what we have is this here, okay. We have NVIDIA coming up, guys, okay, and then we have NVIDIA coming down, and this is very simple. So when you see it have a big rise or a big fall, it's going to fill that gap. Now, if we looked at Fibonacci, guys, we went past the 50% here. So what do I expect NVIDIA to do next? Oh, yes, that's right, guys. I expect it to go back up there. Now, I'm going to move this over because if you guys look at the consolidation area, we can now see that we have a rising gap. So maybe now it's not gone all the way, it's right about here, right? So we closed about 870, 872 area. So NVIDIA could potentially move the market tomorrow or even next week, guys, because it looks like it wants to go fill that gap again. And who knows, maybe this time is going to go for 1,000. Okay, that's what a lot of people are expecting. Okay, so there's a lot of people that are still optimistic about the market still going up. They don't think it's going to pull back. We'll see. Okay, but for now, you know, we're in a box. We looked at SPX. SPX had a box about $100 or so, or almost $100. NVIDIA has one that's 120. So keep an eye on NVIDIA tomorrow, guys. If you see it heading up, then we know maybe it's time to go bullish on it. Okay, so tomorrow we have more news, guys, and again, until the next video, guys, I'm wishing you a green day.